All right, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another session. I hope you're doing well. So, here we have British pound. But before we go to British pound, let's look at the dollar index, because what we were looking for Okay, so the dollar index did exactly what we were anticipating yesterday. If you remember what I said, we might be going from this level and then move back here, and then ultimately for the 97.47 level. So today, this afternoon, I'm expecting price to move lower at 1:30. There is a news event. At 1:30, there is a news event. Maybe they could use that to send price to that level. So let's see what price it's likely going to do. Okay, I would like to see them maybe dip into it on this level here and then expand down. Now with the expansion now, I think they left an imbalance over here, so that will be the draw on liquidity for this afternoon. It comes in at 97.82. That will be the draw on liquidity from that imbalance. Okay, so from here we will be dropping down there. There's a small little one, but I think from the lower time frame perspective, this is the most dominant imbalance. There's a little one just above it, so just be aware of that too, because they can hit that and not come to that one. So this New York session, I'm looking for a continuation to the downside, okay, to reach 97.85. That will give you a potential buy on euro to also trade the opposite side. So we are aiming for this imbalance. Initially I wanted them to come here, but it seems this auto block that was created in London held it, and within that there might have been an imbalance. Let's see. Yeah, so there was an imbalance over here that price reacted off from, and you can see they are reacting off from it now. So based on that, maybe price will move away to that level. So on the 15 minutes chart, a close above this down candle will usually send price to that area. So look forward for a potential move to that level. Okay, that will also mean the British pound is likely going to do that. again, this 15 minutes order block, once we close on the British pound, there's no gap that formed in New York session. This was after New York session. But if you do get a buy, just take something off at the, I would say, 136 level. Okay, the 136 level. Yeah, take something off from there and leave something on for this high, because ultimately that's where I think price is gonna go. It comes in at 1.3632. all right. Dollar yen, what was the narrative again? I forgot about this one. Oh yeah, I was looking for a rejection to go down. I think yesterday I was pointing to New York session giving us a fair value gap, and then we look for sell to continue going down, but they didn't give us one, and we've gone above Monday's high. So this is not looking nice. I would have preferred a run with a break that looks clean like we had last week over here. This is not clean enough. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. Yeah, I don't like it. So I would wait for either the New York session to expand down and give me like a New York session to expand down, give me a fair value gap, and then I'll trade that. Or we go up, take out this high again, and then reject aggressively. That would be the criteria that I'll use for a potential sell on the dollar yen. So maybe just wait a little bit, because I like the fact that Monday rejected and go up. It went up, and then Tuesday also went slightly above it and then rejected. That's a good condition for a potential sell for the week, right? It leaves us big room to go and attack the previous week low. So far it's doing perfect. I like it. Maybe even, if possible, go and run last week's high again before the rejection. That would make it even much better, because that will, draw out anyone that is short. It's gonna stop them out and then go down. Now sometimes it can be a little bit cruel to think like that, but this is how the market behaves, so you need to align with it rather than fighting it. Okay, so I would prefer to even go a little bit more higher and then make a run for this low, that low, and this low. These are all engineered lows, so they're gonna come back for it. Gold. So gold, I'm still short. I think yesterday I shorted to come here and miss my take profit by, you can see, few pips. Very few points, right? That's where it should have come to, and then they've now engineered this low and this low as equal low. So I think price is gonna come back down there. I've not seen a break of structure yet. This does not look like a break of structure to me, and the H4 is still not the best. So I'm looking forward for maybe one more run to attack this low and that low, then we reject and go up. That's when I'll actually look for the buy. All right, so with the gold market, we are still looking for one more run, and then we will look for a rejection. Yesterday I sold short. Now this is what you can do when you understand what the market is supposed to do for the week. Sometimes I don't do this all the time because I'm bullish for the week, but I trade the manipulation. Okay, so the manipulation is, if we are bullish, price will go down first. So the going down is what I'm trading. It's not advisable because sometimes it can snap up at any given point in time. The market can snap up at any given point in time. So when you're going against the market, you need to be careful. So in this case, I only traded it because of the New York session gap. Okay, that New York session gap. So I'm looking for that level. That's the exact level where the imbalance starts from. So I want to see them trade into that. It kind of reacted off from the breaker, this up candle, several times. Here, 1, here, 2, and then here, 3. So this time I want them to run that and then come here. Then I'll look for the reversal to unfold to now start going higher. Crude oil. So crude oil, something happened, which again I'm surprised, because I went short here, as you can see, right? I sold again. I was selling that New York session gap, and I was aiming for this low, and I think this gap. What happened was, for some reason, the market gapped down, and the spread, I don't know how big the spread was, but you can see price never went to my stop loss, because my stop loss was way above here. My stop loss was way above there, so there's no way price should have stopped me out, because price never went there. But when the market opened, yeah, that's, you can see where my stop loss is, right up there. But when the market opened, and I don't know, for some reason the spread opened, and from here, this candle, let me zoom in, this candle, right, it stopped me out where my stop loss was up there. So I don't know why. I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know why, but yeah, the market stopped me out for no reason. So I need TradingView to fix that, because that's not nice, because my stop loss is up there, and to be stopped out here, this candle, whilst your stop is up there, doesn't even make sense. But it did happen, so we move. But I'm still expecting price to actually drop down a little bit more. Again, the week is bullish. Okay, we are not bearish, we are bullish. So this is just a pullback. So all that I was looking for was for them to come and touch this candle. Okay, that's all I was looking for. That's the auto block, right? And then we resume going up based on the weekly, because the week is bullish. So this is the manipulation, similar to the sell I had on the gold market. So we are selling to form the low and then buy to go up. That's the same thing I was trying to do on crude oil, but you know, whoever is in control said no, and we have to ride with it. But today, if we can trade through, I think this imbalance, there's small one here, this little one here, yeah, if we can trade through it, that will be excellent for potential buy to continue going up. So watch that H4 imbalance right here. If we trade through that, we will be expecting an expansion to the upside. I think they've done a nice job by leaving equal highs over here, so we expect them to continue going higher. ES, so ES yesterday also rejected that imbalance. I think that's on the daily, right? Failed to close above it. So as it stands, it's still kind of iffy, because where we are too close let me get rid of these executions. We are too close to this high, right? If we were to go down, we should have gone down in here. So I'm kind of on the sidelines because I'm not confident buying this, even though it looks so clean that they might go for it. I'm not confident buying that. All right. But the best thing to do if you want to trade it is to buy it. Why? Because the current flow, even though this happened, the current flow is to the upside. So the best thing to do, especially with this down candle here, is to buy it. However, that down candle can at the same time, that down candle can be at the same time a breaker where they will break it and then they'll come back to it and then continue going down, right? So I'm indecisive right now. Not indecisive, I'm just not interested in participating. But if you want to participate, then I think buying will be the best option. So New York session, you look for a fair value gap to form and then you buy. I'm not convinced. Okay, I'm not convinced to the upside because we've come up too high, and like I said, price has been rejecting previous week's high for the last almost a month. So something is up, because if they were to go up, we should have had an expansion or an aggressive move above the previous week high. Nothing like that has happened for the last almost 1 month, right? 2 days, 2 days from now, then it'll be exactly 1 month where we've not had any expansion above the previous week high. Hence, again, I'm not convinced. All right, so I'll leave this one up to you. If you want to buy it, then wait for New York session, look for a fair value gap to form, then buy, and then you start aiming for the all-time highs again, 6168. Now watch this area here, this one, because that could be an inversion where price trades through the imbalance and then they can pull back to it and then continue going down. Right? So if we touch this and then you see a move away from it, closing below an up candle, any pullback you sell short and then you start aiming for somewhere here, 6021. Okay, the idea is, if this is an inverted fair value gap, then you need them to prove to you that it's actually an inverted fair value gap. Hence, let price come to it, displace, then pull back, then you sell to go here. All right, don't sell it just like that. And then also, if they can trade through it, then that will be a buy. Will give you a pullback into a gap, then buy it towards here. Okay, so that's that for the currencies. We've got about 6 minutes before the release of the news event. Let's go through the crypto market quickly and then we'll come back. So AI16, I think yesterday we couldn't even sustain the closure above this high. So we are back to square one. Let's start with the Bitcoin market because it's all going to reflect ripple effect on the other cryptos. Bitcoin failed to close above that imbalance. Okay, so now that's not good news. We definitely want them to close above it before we resume going up. With this, maybe price will be stuck in a range relative to this low and this high. Right, price can stay inside that for now. Hence, be careful with your longs on other crypto markets or other currencies, because if Bitcoin is not moving higher, the other ones will probably drag or they'll be lagging, right? So be mindful if you are trading in a crypto. For me to buy definitely we need a close above this imbalance. If you don't close above it, buying is forbidden. Okay, if you miss the buy down here, buying where we are is not a good idea. So the next potential buy, if you've missed that one, is for them to close above at least their resistance level, and then that can act as support, and then we start going back up. So with that, it will mean this pair here, AI16Z, is gonna hold maybe in a consolidation until Bitcoin goes up, or they might come back one more time to take out this low and then reject. I'm all for upside on this. Okay, I'm not bearish. I'm all for the upside. And where we are is a perfect level. It can't get any cheaper than that, because that's 70.9. Sorry, 0.79, 79 retracement level. So anywhere here is buyable. Just be patient, hold it, and then let's see what the market will give you based on what the Bitcoin is going to do. Solana, it pulled back into this auto block. This might have been the best one if you were looking to trade, because we had an imbalance. I'm sorry, an auto block here. We traded through this imbalance, so that would have been a good buy, a day trade buy in here. But long term wise, again, they need to close above this one. Not that one, sorry, this big one, that one. Okay, they need to close above it, and then we can, expect price to continue going higher. If we don't, again, we might stay in a consolidation, so be mindful. Ethereum, same thing, no close, no show. All right, so wait patiently for it. Hype almost got to 46, rejection, back down again. It's still early for the week, which is why I think price has come back below the previous week low. So we might expect this candle to resume going up this week, because I don't think this is bearish, right? So this is just a pullback into the fair value gap again, and then we might reject. On the lower time frame, just wait for a shift in the market structure, or as it's dropping, any imbalance, for example this one, let them trade through it, and then you can start looking for the buy. Ripple, we did go up and then almost taking out the previous week high, and then rejection. On the daily, we did close above previous day's high, but we couldn't close through that imbalance. So the same narrative, consolidation to upside. Okay, consolidation to upside. And then Chachki, we've come back to this auto block. I think this can cause a move up again. I don't think it needs to go and attack the low. If it does, no problem, but where we are, we probably might move higher from here. So attempting a long here is not a bad idea, or something like this. Let me just stop, and then aiming back up here will not be a bad idea. Okay, or again, wait for at least 1 hour imbalance, this one here, to trade through, and then you buy it. All right, so that is that for the cryptos. We've got about 10 seconds. Let's go and look at what the dollar index will do, and then I'll show you what to do going forward. Let's see. Okay, so not much in that news event. So I was expecting like just a spike into that, and then we resume going down, but that didn't happen. So yeah, it should be organic move. Hence, I still think we need to trade in there and then go down. Okay, let me go to the 5 minutes chart. Let me zoom in. So I think it probably might not go up. So this up candle here, watch that up candle on the 1 minute. I think we should just stay below that and then continue going down. Okay, we need to go down from here. It doesn't need to, but if they do, then it might go for this and then resume going down. But based on this 1 minute candle, I think we'll just slide down. All right, but if they go above it, then like I said, you can anticipate this same type of structure once they touch it. Okay, once they touch that level, you're gonna be looking for this. Okay, then place your sell limit. Oh, sorry, not sell. Buy limit on the foreign currencies. So pound, euro, it'll give you an auto block. Then you place your buy on that one. Okay. Maybe buy on euro or pound would do, right? I like here. It looks nice over there. That's an imbalance. Yeah. If they can come here, then that'll be a nice buy. Okay. So that's all for now. Pretty much. Still, market is early. Not big movement happening yet. So let's wait till maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow might give us something. Okay. So have a wonderful day. I'll see you all same time tomorrow, and we'll see what the market will have for us. Until then, take care.